So it stands for an inverse. Okay?
So at this point here, gentlemen, come on. At this point here, you would use your second cosine fraction bar, 30 over 41, and just hit enter. Always round to 2 decimal places. If you do this correctly, you should get 4297. Okay? You should get 4297. So why don't you guys take that step beyond where we were at yesterday, so I go run grab the calculator out of the office, and get the decimals real fast of the values you have. Okay? Take a minute and use the work that you have right now. Get the decimals, and we'll check the decimals together real quick and make sure we can do this the right way. All right? What's up, Sam? I know, Sam, you were gone yesterday, so it'll take a minute or two to get used to how to do all. You have the button. It's called, you hit the second cosine, second sine, the negative 1 power. That's how you undo angles. So you still set up the exact same way as you did before. When you have to find theta, you inverse whatever the trig function is of the fraction, and that's how you get your angle. Okay? It'll take a couple minutes to get used to it. Try your setups first. When you're absent, you got to miss something. The videos for the lessons are out there, so you can watch it, go back to it. So yeah, it's going to be a little weird at first, but it just takes a minute to get used to it, okay? We will grab him his calculator real quick. Yes, sir. On some of those, I still see this pretty regularly. Remember, if you have trig of something equals a number over x. Again, I just said if you got an error, that means your hypotenuse is split. Again, guys, what's happening a lot is this scenario here. You guys are screwing this part up. Remember, like we said, whenever your unknown side length is in the denominator, you have to do the exchange-o-change-o to make it work. Okay? It has to be set up like that. It will not work if you multiply across. That's why you're getting wrong answers. Okay. What are you screwing up? Let me see.
No, we got the same answer. I got
6781. Okay. What'd you get?
61.
What's your type of calculator?
Same thing. Wait. Oh, yeah.
It is 27.
Yeah.
And what I say about when you get errors with sine and cosine? Why? And then she goes, I got an error.
What she said?
All right, let's see how we're doing here. Let me grab my calculator. It'll be easier to type instead of using the smartboard. Looking at number 2.
Wait, I didn't.
You okay? We're waiting for you. It's not like we have other things to do. All right. All right, here we go. Number 2. I'm using cosine because I have an adjacent and a hypotenuse. So with any luck here, we get inverse cosine 24 over 25. I get 16.26.
Yeah.
Okay. 3 we did. 4 is another cosine, so inverse cosine 5 over 7. 41.42. I'm sorry, 44.42. Sorry. 44.42. Let me know if you don't get that. 5 is a sine. 8 over 13. 37.98. All right. Mr. Sam, what can I do for you, sir? 4. I did 3 on the board, that's why I skipped over it. Okay. I always want you guys to go to 2 decimal places, so you. Well, you just got to round it. Because that's the whole. Yes, because that's the whole exercise, is also make sure you round it to 2 decimal places. Okay? The whole exercise also is rounding to 2 decimal places, so you have to make sure you round it to 2 decimal places. Okay? Well, don't forget that. I know what you mean, though. 6 looks like it's another sign, so 15 over 18, 56.44. 7, another sign, 27 over 33, 54.90. Okay? Hey, look, another sign. No offense, I didn't mean to make them all signs, but whatever. Oh, that's tangent, I'm sorry. Tangent of 13 over 18, 35.84. Yo.
Your decimal has to go up.
Look at the third digit. If the third digit's a 5 or greater, the second digit goes up by 1. Oh, how do you do it? Okay, go look at the third digit. It's 5 or greater. The second digit goes up by 1. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, that's why I'm saying that you got to make sure that's part of the thing. So it's not as important as the other parts, but following instruction. 9, I got a sign. Inverse sine 36 over 53, 42.78. Tangent for 10. Gentlemen, enough. I'm sick of you two talking nonstop over me. 25.64. 11 and 24. 9. For number 11, I have 55.85. 12, I've got 33.15. Let me know if you guys aren't getting it. We'll go through it. 13, 31.97. 14, actually surprised they didn't do any top-heavy tangents. 38.29. Yeah. 15, is she trying to be something?
No, to her, not you. No, she said it. No, because she just said, no.
23.58.
Yeah.
And last but not least, looks like we have another sign. It's not 27 and 25, it's 22 and 25, just so you remember. 61.64. So tomorrow, when we have the quiz on this stuff, what it winds up being, it's going to wind up being solve for a side, solve for an angle, but I'm going to ask that you write out all of the steps like we have them. So what it'll come to is that each problem would either have an x value for a side, or it'll have a theta or a question mark for an angle. For example, if I do something like this, what does it ask you to solve for? Side, okay? So when we go to solve for sides, remember that you have those two different versions of setting things up. So obviously the first step that you always do, no matter what, you always go through your steps. Circle, label, and so on. So as you go through this one, if I circle 37, there's my opposite, hypotenuse, adjacent. What trig function is that? Again, these are things you guys got to know off the top of your head as you go through these things. So you get tangent. So your tangent, 37, is the 15 over x. Remember, whenever the x, the unknown, is in the denominator, you have to switch, exchange-o, change-o those two. So your x will be the 15 over tangent 37. Okay? You have to write out what you're going to put in the calculator before you put it in the calculator. That's the whole idea here. Then I go to my calculator, 15 over tangent 37, hit enter, and I get x is 19.91. That's the scenario of how we want you guys to be able to do this. Okay? Show the work, especially writing it down before you hit the buttons, because that's the trick, okay? Because as you can attest, why did you get that answer? Why did you get that answer? Because you used 27, not 22. Okay? And it happens, all right? I love the look of speech, by the way. So it happens. Wasn't it your question the other day where you wrote a 6 instead of like a 4 or something like that? Yeah, but you did everything right, and you just wrote. I mean, you went from here and like, instead of writing 15, maybe you wrote 13. Would you be wrong? No, because you did everything right. You're just an idiot, and we can't hold you against. You can't hold that against you. And I mean that ever so caringly. I don't really think you're an idiot. I just got the look from you too. It's a tough crowd today. I know, and you'd be like, it's all right, it's good, all right. I can't do this. Yeah, he's like, it's good. Yeah, all right. I know, well, that's how it goes through life. It's a rough life before it gets good. It's a rough life. So what I made here is a quick little review sheet for you guys. You don't have.
What did you say?
You don't got it.
Oh.
One gets getting 2 years. Here you go. Now, had document. So in this one here, same basic. Pay no attention to the date of this. I try to think of ways of making sure we can do all this at different times. And obviously we're a little different pacing than I anticipated, so don't worry about it. But the idea here is one side has solving for angles, the other side has solving for sides. Do the same scenario of everything, guys. Write out your steps, circle, label, the whole thing. So I'm not trying to make this difficult. I'm trying to make this probably one of the easier things that we do throughout the school year. Okay? Remember, take your time as you're doing this stuff. You got to know your SOHCAHTOA. You got to know all that. Remember how you set up your equations as you go through. I'll collect this one tomorrow when we come in and go from there. What's up, man? Ready? There was no class I didn't take. Yeah, don't worry about the date of it. Like I said, I printed this out when I was thinking we were doing a different day, so no big deal. All right. Peace. Go ahead.
Oh,
Yes, no.
I know I don't. It's so because I was if you said something was
Oh, there it is. Yes, sir.
yeah, I know. I was just the one where it's like,
No.